That you control it in there.
Oh, I'm trying to do that. You good though?
All right, we back. We Need Answers podcast on this November 1st, the first of the month. We got a good Ravens game on today, Ravens and Steelers, so we're going to try to catch some of that too. We still rooting for the home team, though. But on this episode, we got my man Derek in here, and we got my cousin Corbin in here. We want to talk about this car business. Everybody need to know the real deal answers about the car business. Everybody, some people going blinded. Some people going thinking they know everything they need to know about cars. They think they got all the answers. You don't know when you're getting finesse, when you're getting a good deal or not. So we're gonna try to figure it out with these guys, give us some good game, and possibly get them some good business, and then we can lock in and do what we gotta do. So kicking it off, y'all can share y'all names and where y'all can find y'all at, where they can find y'all at, and how long y'all been doing this car salesman thing.
My name Corbin. I work at Heritage Hyundai on York Road. I've been selling for 3 years. I love it.
How you get into it?
So I got into it. I was a lot attendant, so I was washing cars.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did a couple other things in the dealership, but I just kept moving up. And that's what my goal. I was trying to get there. I was trying to sell some cars.
Okay.
So that's how I got it.
D.
That's what's up. So I'm Derek. You can catch me at Antwerp and Volkswagen, Glen Burnie, in the Pasadena area. I've been selling for about, off and on, but about 5 years in total. The most recent stretch was the last 2 years. I started at Car One, which is an independent black-owned lot in East Baltimore in the Essex area. From there, I kind of got recruited. One of the sales managers that got hired over there got a better position at Antwerp and wanted me to come over with him. So that's how I started at Antwerp. I started at Antwerp in August of 2019, and I've been there since. I kind of got in the business by accident. I was in college, and my roommate at the time, a good friend of his, was the finance manager, and I think part of their pay plan was to hire people. And he was like, "Yo, I think you will be good for that. You should look into it." I'm like, "Nah, I don't really know." Needed a job, didn't know what I was going to necessarily do coming out of college, so I was like, I check it out, go see what's going on, see how I feel. Went on an interview, and the dude Larry Webb interviewed me, and he really wanted me to come and be a part of the team, so I came, tried it out, did really well, and the rest is history.
Okay. Y'all feel like anybody can do that, or you gotta have a certain hustle to you to be able to do that?
You gotta have that hustle.
Okay.
You gotta really want to go get it.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely not for everybody or anybody. It's a lot to it. It's the hours. It's a long grind. You gotta be mentally tough to really be able to lock in and really do it. So you definitely gotta have a knack for people.
Yeah, because if you don't sell no cars, you ain't making no money.
Right. Cause it's all commission, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you ain't selling none.
You
So
ain't
what's
selling
your
nothing, you ain't making no money.
what is the typical goal for any, like, not ain't saying just y'all particular, but if you're a car salesman, what's your goal like for the week or a day? Like, what should be your goal to make some money?
I mean, personally, I want to try out. I see everybody as like an opportunity.
Okay.
So everybody that come in as a car deal until it's not a car deal.
Okay.
So for me, I want to sell a car every day. I mean, sometimes it don't happen. Sometimes I do more than one in a day. But every day, my goal is I want to sell a car.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about it, you got a 30 day month.
Yeah.
Or, what's that, like, what, 20 plus actual working days.
Yeah.
That's a great month.
True. That's true.
For sure. I totally agree. That'd be my mentality too. Like, if you look at it like that, you'll be alright. Because realistically, the dealership, from their perspective, they feel like you should at least be selling like 12 cars. Like, that's what's expected of them.
12.
12 a
12.
month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 12 a month. So that's like 3 cars a week.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's how they see it.
So do y'all feel like is so when you say it's a stressful thing, the stress come from like meeting the quota, or it come like dealing with customers, or where the most stress come from doing it in this field?
It's a combination of both. Cause you gotta think, well, for me, I can only speak for myself, but our hours 9 to 9 some days, so the hours start to weigh down. Then if you got whatever you got going on home, like I got a little one, so I gotta worry about that. And then it's just about balancing everything. So the stress comes from dealing with the customers that might stress you out, then dealing with management, dealing with whatever may happen during the course of the day. So it's a combination thing.
Okay. Definitely. I mean, because like you say, like the managers, you got stuff at home. Like this stuff can, like, it can really mess up like your home life because you constantly at work. Right. Like there's days when I don't leave until 11 midnight. I'm there since 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
It's because it's that busy.
Yeah.
It can really mess up home. But I mean, I guess it's just one of those things. Like if you super focus, it's still frustrating. But if you focus, like you can just try to push past it. Like, but it's tough. Right. It's tough.
So do y'all feel like the salesman makes the sales or the dealership? So if you say you're known for selling cars, like that's your thing, everybody know you're selling cars, you could go to any dealership and make that happen, or it takes a good dealership, good team to really make yourself.
So I know that I could go anywhere and sell cars and be successful, just because of my skill set and what I know. But the team do matter, like just like football or anything. Like it just depends on how your management help you along the way and y'all work together. Because a good player can go on any team, he's still gonna be a good player, but it's the difference of if you're gonna win a championship or if you're gonna get certain accolades. So to answer your question, I know, like, if you know how to sell cars, you can sell cars anywhere, but then it gets to the next level of that store and if you really gonna be making money doing it.
Okay.
Right. I mean, cause like exactly. Just to piggyback off what you said, like I feel like I can go anywhere and sell. I can go anywhere and sell. But I know my particular management team I got now, it's a good team.
Okay.
Like if I feel like I need help, I can come to them and get the help that I need to make something happen.
Right.
Like because even no matter how good you are, like you gonna come to a point where you need help. So I always like, all right, well, let me go to him, see what we can do, or whatever, because he gonna help me.
So what does the management team do? What they there for?
So the management team, their job is to get the deals done. They kind of build a relationship with the banks.
Okay.
That's pretty much what they do. Look at the situation, analyze, and see what's the best for the customer and the dealership. Because at the end of the day, it's still a business, so they need to make money, but still need to have the customer's best interest at heart too.
Okay.
So I be thinking, I say for me, like that's where I think a lot of people getting it mixed up. Like they don't see it as just like it being a business. They just say it as like this is what they want.
Oh, okay.
So never mind.
Yeah, people just think
on.
they could
just get whatever
you can decide it for
I
real.
can decide it.
Okay.
And like, or they can decide it. Like, but like you say, we all gotta eat off. Like we all gotta eat off this. Like, there's a lot of people that's going to have to pay bills off of this deal.
Okay.
So, and I think like people be forgetting that. Like what you just said. Like, you know what I mean?
They get it twisted.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
It's like we're not trying to take advantage of you. You know, it's like if we say this is the best we can do. Right. It's the best we can do.
Right. So speaking of taking advantage, I know that's probably what y'all come across the most as far as issues. Like people think they can't trust y'all. They think y'all trying to get over.
Oh, for real? Yeah, definitely.
Every day.
Flying against people in the world, or definitely looking for an edge, but that's not the case.
Right.
For me, anyway, I can't speak for what happened in other situations or other people's character, but that's definitely not the case.
Right. So what's the most, like, when people think that, what is usually the common factor that people run into to think that they get taken advantage of? Like, what makes people think that?
Past experiences.
Okay.
Other people's experiences. Movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that stuff play a part in that.
So the most common thing I would assume when people try and get cars is bad credit.
Yeah.
That's what y'all say.
Okay.
That stops them from getting what they want to get.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely credit.
Okay.
Because if your credit good, it can't be down payment because you get down with no money down. So
okay.
That's most often what stands in the way.
Right, and then like people, champagne takes big money. No disrespect, but people come in, I want this,
and don't got the paper for it.
You're a rough score, and you don't got no money down.
Right.
I might still be able to do it, but your payment gonna be
It's gonna
payment.
be
not for that payment that
Yeah.
you want. You
Okay.
came in, you want a $250 payment.
Yeah.
I can't get you there.
So what's the advice for people with those problems? Like, cause like I said in the beginning, people come in like I feel like, and I've been in that position. Like people come in like I probably ain't gonna be able to get this, but I'm gonna try. Or I think this and I think that. What do y'all feel like is the best preparation to have coming into a dealership trying to get a car? How should you it should be?
So for one, you wanna. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you this. How you score the best is if you have a job. If you get pay stubs, if you're a W-2 worker, the banks like you a lot more. You less of a risk. That's not to say, I mean, the world changing. There's a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of people don't believe in 9 to 5. A lot of people don't get a paycheck. So however you get it, if you are one of those people that has salons or whatever, you deal with cash, you want to have a money trail. You want them to be able to see what's coming in. So what you need to do is start a bank account if you don't have one and make weekly, daily deposits so that they can track what you're worth, basically. That's one thing about the income. And then as far as your credit, if you're a first-time buyer, you want to do something as simple as just getting a secured credit card, just taking your own money, going to the bank, and putting the money on the card, and then spending it like a credit card. From there, your score gonna go up. People gonna start sending you offers in the mail to get this credit card. Start with a low limit, 500. Keep like 30, spend like 30% of that, and then your score go up accordingly. So that's the quickest way to get the ball rolling and get a car.
Okay.
That's one
credit.
That's one thing I tell a lot of people that come in with rough credit, and they can't get a car at that moment. I always tell them, get a credit card. Try to get a credit card, build up their credit, and then come back. And like it's only gonna take a couple months. Like I'm not gonna say like a quick turnaround, but give it some time. Let it build up a little bit, and then your score gonna go up.
Right.
And then another thing, like if you coming in. Like I tell everybody, especially on the phone, because a lot of people are honest up front. I'm bad credit, I'm this, I'm that. Just bring what you got. Bring everything I may need for to make this deal happen and send it over to the banks. And you gotta be flexible.
Okay.
Like you have to be flexible. Either that's flexible on your payment or flexible on the kind of car you want.
Okay.
Just be flexible, because if you're flexible, we can help you.
Right.
A lot of times we can help. Sometimes we can't, and we try.
Right.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't.
So if you got bad credit but you got paper, what's the advice on that?
That helps. Money talks. Money definitely helps. It's definitely gonna help your situation. Somebody gonna be willing to take a chance on you, take that risk. If you come to the table with a substantial 500, no, but thousands, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I mean, the more you got, the more of a chance you have for a bank to take a chance with you.
Okay.
And then, like I personally believe that like they'd be more willing to take a chance on you on a new car.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because my thing is, just in case you default, that car is gonna be worth a little bit more from being brand new than it was buying a pre-owned car.
That makes sense.
And just to piggyback on that. Whenever y'all come see me, I recommend a new car. It's not my agenda. It's because that makes the most sense.
Okay.
And the reason why is because, like what he said, it's just more value. And then it's rebates and incentives that the manufacturer gives us. So what y'all don't know behind the scenes is with those rebates, it looks like money down when you send it over to a bank. So as opposed to you coming to the table, you don't have any money down. Now we can show that money, that little 2,500, 3,000 that the manufacturer is giving us to sell a car. We give it to you. Now it's looking like you coming to the table with that.
So it's like y'all fronting it for real.
Basically, we just putting it. Yeah, we just using it as down payment money. So that's increasing the chance of the bank giving you a loan to buy a purchase. And then the other thing is, those new cars come with manufacturer warranty. So that's perfect for the banks, because now the first thing a person do when something go wrong with their car is stop paying for it. I can't pay for that. It ain't even driving. But with the warranty now, the bank feel comfortable that they're not gonna have any issues with getting their money from.
So they get fixed. Get fixed for free.
Oh, all right. Okay. That makes sense.
And then like my brand, it's not a plug. I'm not plugging the brand. But my brand, we got the long warranty. We got the 10 year, 100,000.
Okay.
So for like the 10 years you got the car, as long as you don't hit the 100,000 miles, your engine go up, it's gonna get fixed.
Okay.
For free.
Yeah.
The transmission get fixed for free.
That's good.
So it's like it's one of those things. Like I try to tell people, like, look, like I know you like this used car. It's priced at 14,000.
But this one
But
beneficial.
this is the one we really need to be on. This
Okay.
one makes sense. This is the one I can get you done on.
Right.
This the one you gonna have while you build up your credit.
Okay.
This one you know pay on it. Your credit gonna go high. I mean, it's gonna skyrocket. And then, like you said, it's still with the credit card thing. Cause like I did that with my first car loan. I had a high interest rate. It was my first time buying a car. I ended up getting a credit card. Paid my loan every month. Paid my credit card every month. My credit score went over 700 score.
Oh, that's
like a year and a half.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what y'all think comparing benefits and comparing leasing, financing, and buying a car? What's the best option?
Depends on the kind of person you are.
Okay.
If you want to get out of cars every couple years, a lease is your best shot.
Okay.
Unless you drive too much.
So what is a lease?
Basically, what a lease is exactly what you say. You just not taking ownership. It's
Okay.
like renting an apartment or something. Like you just using it for that time. So at the end of it, it's not going to be yours. So when you finance, you're financing to take ownership. So at the end of the loan, that title is yours. It's your car. You can do whatever you want. A lease is never going to be yours. You have to return it at the end of the lease.
Okay.
Unless, I mean, because like
You can buy out too. You can buy out.
Okay.
Yeah, you can buy
But
out.
like people that constantly changing out cars every couple years, I tell them like this lease might be the best thing for you. You do like a 12,000 mile lease, which is about average. Even if you do 15,000 miles a year, that's a good lease. Because after that time period, when you go to get another car, you don't have no negative equity.
Okay.
You're done with it.
So you pay a regular payment every month. Is it cheaper than financing, or?
A lot of times.
Yeah, most often it is.
But you gotta keep the mileage in
At a certain standard.
Correct.
But then you can pay for more miles though.
Okay.
I mean, you can prepay for mileage.
Okay. I considered it, but I drive a lot, so I don't know if that's the best
Yeah,
thing.
It's definitely not for somebody that drive a lot because that's how they
make their money.
That's how they make their money. Like
Okay.
once you go over the miles, that's when it's going to be not beneficial.
Okay.
They really going to tax you for
Okay.
going over those miles.
20 cents a mile.
Mm-hmm.
So what y'all say about buying a car? What y'all think that's good or no? Because you know niggas wanna promote. I own this. This my shit. But is it the best route to go?
You gotta know how to play the game. So for me, I think so. Like after selling cars, I know that I wouldn't necessarily put a lot of money down or pay cash for a car just because the way the world is credit. So why wouldn't I? Well, yeah, why wouldn't I just pay monthly to build my credit? But then it just depends on your situation because if you're in a situation where your credit is not the best, then yeah, that's probably not the way to go because you're gonna be paying so much in interest.
Okay.
So in my current situation, being as though I don't pay a lot of interest and I got a low interest rate, it makes sense for me.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing, because I got a low interest rate too. Like, I got 1.9
Okay.
on my current car. So,
Okay.
I mean, it made sense to finance.
Y'all get a sweet deal as salesmen get sweet deals on getting cars.
Man, they get the same kind of deal.
Same
Same kind of deal.
Yeah.
You know what I
The
mean?
same customers get better deals.
Yeah,
For real.
guaranteed.
All
Yeah.
right.
They
Okay.
may look out for you on like back end products, like some type of extended warranties and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they say they give you 13% off the MSRP, but like I said, I done seen customers get more.
Way more than that.
What is MSRP? That's always on them commercials.
Manufacturer suggested retail price.
Okay.
That's the sticker price on the window. Whenever you
Okay.
go to a lot and you see that number, that's the MSRP. So
Okay.
that's what the brand is valuing
That
this
car.
product for, how much they think that it's worth.
Okay. All right. So when people say, when car dealers be like, just rock this out for 9 months to a year and pay all your payments on time, that make a big difference.
Because your score go up.
So
they tell a person that when you're in a situation where you might come in for something and you can't necessarily get qualified for it.
yeah.
So this is what they can do at the time. So it's like, all right, if you take this and you do right, make the payments on time, Because anytime you finance something and you pay the payments and paying on time, your score can go up, and that's essentially what it's about. That's going to determine what you can buy, what you can't buy.
Okay.
Well, see, people get messed up doing that. I mean, kind of doing that too, though, because then they say all their payments be on time, but once we check that credit, we look at that bureau. You missed you was 30 days here, you was 60 days here, you was 90 days here.
Right.
Like,
and then they hold it, put a hold to it. They gotta try to
hold it a little bit longer.
So if you get that, let's say you do get that, and they y'all tell them to get into a newer car, and just rock this out for a little bit, and then you complete that year or 9 months. What's likely is they can go back and get that one that they wanted before, more than likely, or what?
It all depends.
It really depends on their situation. To be honest, that's the goal. I mean, the car salesman answer is yes. Of course, if everything goes right, but the honest answer is, if you did get put on that program and you went in, a salesman told you, yeah, just make sure you pay the payments, come back and see me. That wasn't a lie at all, but just make sure, 2 things to remember. You're going to need some money, so don't think you're coming back to do it with no money down. So save your little ducks up in the process, because it's going to be negative equity. So you need money down, and you got to make them payments on time. That's most important. Like, I don't care what you do, pay that car payment on time, pay them credit cards on time. If you got to sacrifice something that's not on your credit, to pay them a little later, but those payments affect you so much, and it'll save you so much money in the long run. So whatever you do, just protect your credit.
Okay. Keep in mind, when you trading in the car and you owe money on it, 9 times out of 10 it will never be a wash.
Okay.
It will never be a wash.
So how did COVID affect y'all? Because I know they did a lot of stuff with helping people out with COVID also, and then I know y'all was closed for a long time. So how did y'all make do with that? Because I know, like, dealerships and credit cards and all that, like, they excusing people for different shit right now, too. So how does all that come into play with how y'all work for y'all?
For me, it was a blessing. Like, whenever somebody go through something bad, there's always somebody on the other end that reap the benefits of it. So I was able to reap the benefits of COVID. I think this was the best couple months of my life in the car business. Volkswagen made it real easy. They started offering 0% interest, which generated a lot of traffic. They was doing deferred payments, so customers weren't having to pay payments for 6 months. I made the most money I ever made during that time.
And during the COVID, like, I know a lot of dealerships was closed. They laid off more than half of the sales floor. They laid off 10 people on the sales floor, and I still was able to work though. I worked every day.
Right.
I made a lot of money.
People were still coming in.
That's just like people were still coming in. They was like just bringing friends and all that. Cause like you said, y'all had the 0%. We was doing low APRs and all that too. So people was coming in spending money.
That's what's up. But I got a scenario for y'all. One time I had went. This was back maybe because this was before I got the car I got now. I had went in. I was just seeing. I didn't expect to get nothing that day. I really just went in because I wanted to get out of the car I had, but I wasn't really sure that day. And I went when it was about to close, and the nigga was like, he basically told me up front, he's like, we ain't making enough out quarter of the day that we supposed to do, so like I'm gonna throw a couple deals at you and see if you bite. Basically, he was saying that to me, but he did. He threw a couple joints at me, but it wasn't what I was ideally wanting. But then when I ended up getting something else, I was thinking like, damn, maybe I should have took the day he threw at me because it was a lot lower. And then he went, but you know, that's why I said people go into the dealership thinking they know shit, but they not sure. Cause like, you know, you learn like bargain with people as much as you can. So I kept the 9 shot like, nah, I don't want that, I don't want that. Took me across the street to the other joint and was like, you can get this, you can do this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, but I'm trying to see how far I can go with this shit. Eventually I didn't get nothing, but I went back and when I got it, I was like, damn, he was definitely throwing some way lower numbers at me. So what is y'all advice on like when to know when to go with a deal?
That's a tough one. Well, whenever you come see me, go with a deal. I'm gonna play fair, but nah. You can tell, like, I mean, people know their situation, because it's hard to say, because everybody's situation is kind of different. So one deal would look different to to one person, then it would look to another person. And what I mean by that is, I can't really tell you what's a good deal for you because I don't know your finances. I don't know the image that you gotta put up. I don't know. All I can tell you is when people come to me, I play fair. I'm gonna get you. We don't really do too much holding points. We don't do a lot of that. I'm gonna get you the best possible price I can possibly get you.
Okay.
I don't really know what's things to kind of look for to know if it's a good deal. That's like a hard question to ask because every dealership got they little different little finesses going on or things that they do. So it's kind of hard to say.
Okay.
It's definitely hard to say like if you getting a good deal or not. Just you really just. I mean, it's so. I take that back because there's so many different resources out here now that can help you find a good deal.
Okay.
Like you got TrueCar, you got Evans, different stuff like that. Like for consumer by consumer websites.
Okay.
So they'll tell you like in your area what's a good deal.
Okay. So they some trustworthy sites.
They are.
Okay.
Because they're not manipulated by anybody.
Okay.
Like they literally buy for consumer by consumer websites.
Okay. Okay.
So like we can't go in there and change that.
Okay.
Like so it's gonna show like people in your area bought this car for this amount.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean,
that's a good one. I know that.
Yeah, like an informed buyer is always like it's helpful, but then at the same time, it's like, oh, I know that.
Yeah.
You know a little bit more than I did.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up. So, what's y'all worst experience in y'all job? Like with a customer?
Dealing with like people just come in, just start off from the beginning, just nasty, just mean, and you just looking at them like man, we wasn't in here.
Bad attitude.
Yeah, just bad attitudes. People just rude. Like you, like working customer service, we gotta we have to be nice.
Yeah.
I have to always be nice. Even if, I feel like I'm gonna do that anyway, but just that's my worst experience with the people. Just coming in, just off top, just rude.
Okay. Okay. What you say?
I think what irritates me the most is if I call. So for me, I'm only trying to help. Like I don't really cold call. Like if I get a lead, it's because you show interest in the car or you said you needed help. So if I call you and I'm trying to invite you in or see what your situation is, see how I can help, and you giving me attitude, that just throw me all the way off. It's like I'm calling to try to help you out. Like I'm good. I got a car.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like I'm straight. Like that's my whole mentality sometimes.
Okay. What's your best experience? Like, what's your best experience you feel like you had at any of your jobs? Something that happened, like a particular situation.
Mine, of course, is the checks. My biggest check came from Antwerpen. I did $15,000 in a month, so that was my best situation. That was cool. It was like, all right, it's worth it. I can see the ground paying off. Like I can see a future in this. Like I can build with this. Like if I can do this consistently, I'm gonna be alright.
Okay.
See, like me personally, like the same thing. Like getting that check, and you be like, damn. Like I ain't got no degree. Right? I ain't got no degree. I'm making more money than people with degrees.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like, and that's like the reward, but for all the work that you put in, it's like it worth it.
Okay.
That's the best feeling.
Right.
That's the best feeling.
Did y'all have to get like mentors or somebody that like did it before y'all to really tell y'all like different tips on how to do it? It's because I feel like you got people they say hustlers can sell anything, but you still gotta know what you're getting yourself into. So you gotta get some kind of heads up from somebody. Was it somebody that gave y'all the game like? I'm gonna give you some tips when y'all first started, because both when y'all first started, y'all was fresh, just jumping in the field.
Yeah, like I had a couple people, like Mel.
Okay.
Mel, I talk to Mel often. He definitely put me on what to look for.
Okay.
A couple other people. I got the strong three.
Okay.
Strong three people that's been in the car business for 10 plus years, some 20, and I can always go to them like, I'm having trouble this month. I'm behind. And they ask me what I'm doing, and I'm telling them, and they give me different tips, like try this, do this, do this.
Okay.
Like, and then, those the kind of people, like, I try to, like, keep on, my Rolodex and try to get that help when I need it.
Okay.
Same for me. I think it was a combination people. I think I learn stuff from people in every environment I've been in. Like I take a little bit from this person, take a little bit from that person, but I think I learned the most um, from my first sales manager at Easton. I learned a lot about him. He was one of the best closers I ever been exposed to, and then just recently when I left Car One to do Greg, he taught me a lot too. So them two really was influential in building me into the person that I am on a sales floor, I say.
Okay.
But then you got some people that try to be mentors, but just trash. They just don't let it trash.
They don't know what they
talking
about.
Not they talking about. Nothing.
What's how y'all we was talking about before? But what's y'all relationship? What is the car salesman's relationship with the other departments? How does that go?
Where I'm at, mine's cool. Like them dudes cool. The people in the well, so you wanna build a good relationship with everybody around you. That's key. That's just knowing how to move in situations. Cause you never know when you gonna need a favor. I need you to look out for me extra on this car, like make it look good. This customer, whatever. In service. Your family coming there, you want them to look out or do what they can do. Like you just, whatever you're doing, whatever profession, whether it's car sales, this, you just want to build good relationships that just go a long way. So for us, I think it's like it's family oriented. Of course, people bump heads every now and then just because it's business. Everybody not always see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, everybody got the same goal and the same mission. Just take the dealership to the top. So as long as that's cool, everybody gonna be able to coexist.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, because I mean, like having a good relationship with service. Like somebody got a high bill on an older model car, they gonna send them upstairs, and you know they gonna send them to you.
Right.
They send them, you know, and then of course you take care of your people down there. You know, you give them a couple dollars or whatever, but it was worth it. I mean, everybody's happy.
Okay.
The customer's happy because they got a new car. They don't have to pay a $6,000 bill.
Yeah.
The service person, they happy because they just got a couple dollars, and you happy because you made a deal.
Right.
So everybody eating, everybody happy.
Okay. Yeah. So the best business going, everybody get along in them, because they don't always get along. All the departments do that.
No. I've been in the store when none of the departments got along.
And that's a bad company.
That was a bad company. Yeah, that was a bad combination. And it was sold. They ended up selling. So I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, when everybody happy, everybody getting along, everybody can communicate and work out their problems and do what they need to do, that's signs of a good company. That's somewhere you gonna stick around.
Yeah. Okay. Are the car dealers competitive with each other? Like is it beef in the car field?
It's like sports. Don't nobody want nobody to sell more cars than us. You gonna be the top dog and whatever you doing. So yeah.
We definitely do go out the store. Like, because you know, we do dealer exchanges, get cars from them. So when you beat them that much, they may not want to give you a car. They may not want to trade with you. I got a customer on this one, man. Okay. I just took a deposit on this one, man. My customer in the showroom.
How that work, this exchanges?
So basically, like, you know, we got access to everybody's inventory. So we see who has what. If you need that car, you call that store. Hey, can I get the stock number or the VIN number, and ask them what they want back.
Right.
They give you something. They give you that car. You get them something back, and then I sell that car to my customer.
Okay.
So
basically, they need something. Y'all need something. We can make something work. Okay.
You know, we can sell out of each other's inventory.
Okay.
But we gotta get the permission first. We gotta have permission from another store first.
Okay. What's the difference between an independent car dealership versus a major car dealership?
So it's a big difference. So what I came from at Car One was an independent dealership, and that's the only world I knew at first was second chance. Compared to what I came to now, Antwerpen is more so a major dealership, and the difference is the banks that you have, the banking. So at an independent, that's basically just the grind. That's the next level up from a person that you may know that got their dealer's license and go to the auction. That's essentially the only thing that they do. They just got a lot in a building that you can come to and do business.
Right. Okay.
And then I work for a bigger company. I work for Mile One. Mile One have like 20-something stores in the whole Baltimore area. So it's a big company. We got a lot of rules. We got certain things, certain ways we have to do stuff. And I mean, micromanaged. We are very micromanaged.
Okay.
But
From the
but
top.
high
Okay.
ups,
Okay.
'cause
They
you
be in
got-
there all the time.
All the time.
Oh,
It's like you don't have to just worry about your management staff.
Yeah.
You got
To
your
rep the
managers,
whole
managers,
company.
and regional directors,
Okay.
director, all that stuff. They come in all the time and just always watching.
Right.
They always watching. They got access to all your information that you got on your computer.
Right.
So they always watching.
Okay.
So that's our company.
So it's like is it a thing of you get more security with bigger companies or?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You get benefits. You get it's like a career, it's a profession.
Okay.
Whereas though with the smaller, so for me, they was just getting everything together, just getting established. So I was getting paid cash initially. So that puts you in situations where that's why I can relate to some customers that they work hard but they still get cash.
Okay.
So for the bank, so for me, I could tell you from first hand experiences what I had to do to get in position. So I was getting paid cash, so I didn't have checks to go somewhere and do this to show my income.
Paper trail.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely a big difference. You get health care with the big companies, 401ks, all the stuff that matters.
Is it racism in the car field?
It's racism.
I was just
everywhere.
called colored the other day.
Yeah, it's racism everywhere.
Okay. Is it like what? Is it you got that from a customer?
Yeah.
What happened in that? Like how that go?
So you know, every manager, like I said, I work for a big company. Every manager can see text chains. They can listen to phone calls. So he called in and talked to one of my managers. It was like, oh yeah, we was just there. We was talking to the nice colored guy up front.
Oh, okay.
Like, damn.
Yeah, just rude.
Yeah, like I didn't know I was colored.
Right.
Thought we stopped being colored in the '60s.
But when it comes to like, as far as growth in the business wise, do y'all feel like is it different dynamics of people? Even with like sex, do y'all feel like women excel in the car business like that, or is it they look frowned upon too? Is it tougher for women in the car business? Is it a lot of women car sales?
It's not many.
Okay.
It's not many. I got one in my store.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any right now.
Y'all think it'd be a plus to be a woman to do that?
Yes.
I think so. You'll have crazy advantage.
Right.
If you slick and you get tough, and you dress, cause let's be real, everything matters. Like appearance matters, and I definitely think a woman would do great in the field. One that could really lock in, cause I think the hard part is being able to balance the job with home. If it's a female that has kids, that may be a little tougher on her. But if it's one that don't really have that type of responsibility and really can grind and put in the hours, she'll do good.
And you got to talk and the hustle. Yeah, I can see.
Because I mean, like I said, it's one on our floor, and she do okay. She's starting to do better. She new. She fresh, and she doing a lot better now because she getting a little swag. She getting a little feel. She confident now. Okay. And then like you can notice that and then customers she's a woman.
Right.
She's a woman in the store, for no disrespect, but full of all the dudes.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to go to her. A lot of people gravitate to her.
Yeah.
Like they see her and then go straight to her. I mean, it's a plus.
Yeah.
It's a plus.
I would think so too. Now I just thought of that, but I would think so, especially. Look super good. You know they gonna come to you first, and they got that check on them.
Exactly. It look good.
Yeah,
it look good.
Definitely. What's your ultimate goal in the car business? Like, what y'all really want to do top? And I ask this because I wish I would have revisited this interview I had, but guy Don Peoples, whatever his name is, he real big in construction. He one of the top construction African Americans in America. He had an interview with one of the first or the only black car dealer that got the exotic cars.
Like this down in like the Virginia area.
Yeah, older guy. Yeah, he got all the Lamborghini deals, something like I watched that interview and he was talking about how he came up and he started from the bottom. He said he had to he wasn't with it, but the dude his homie that was working there that got him to sell the cars, he was like he wanted him to work every department in the car business so you can know how it worked and appreciate it. And then he said after he did that, that's when his game escalated and that's where he took off at.
See, I can agree with that because like I said, I did a lot of different things. I was a lot of 10 at wash cars. Then I worked in the parts department. And I I was a product specialist, and then I started selling cars. So I did a lot of different things from the worst position in the dealership to now being in one of the most respected positions in the dealership.
Okay.
So I feel like I can understand that, and like for me, like I'm trying to get off of the floor.
Okay.
Like I know it's a risk, but I know my grind, I know my hustle, I know I want to get off the floor. I don't want to be on the floor forever. Like I gotta be in some type of management spot because I know I can do it.
Okay.
That's just me.
Is that salary after that? There's no more commission once you get that?
I mean, like well again, working for a big company, we get salary.
Okay.
We get salary and commission. But the salary ain't nothing to live on.
Okay.
So you still gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
So you still get your salary. It's a little bit more than a salesperson's salary, but you still gotta do what you gotta do. You still gotta sell your cars. You still gotta do others. But like it don't just stop there. I just want to keep progressing.
Right.
Because like the guy that's like running basically the whole Heritage division, he was a salesperson.
Okay.
He was a manager. Like and he making crazy money right now.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? Like I just want to keep getting going higher and higher.
Right. Okay.
And just taking its time though.
Gotcha. What you say, D?
So for me, I'm just right now my short-term goals. I'm really just grinding right now, just keeping my head down, learning as much as I can, and just saving. Like I'm just really taking advantage of my opportunity. I'm really in a good situation, so that's where I'm at with it. As far as looking past the floor into management, I think that I can. Well, I know that I can do it for sure. I got offered opportunities to do it. I just think at this point right now, I'm not there. I don't necessarily want to take the responsibility right now just because of the hours and the stress. I'm just trying to really be able to be there for my son at the moment and just save up. But I know eventually I probably will.
Those hours more crucial when you manage.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you got to think, if you're in a store, it's however many sales associates. Like when you on the floor, you just worrying about you. If you don't have a customer, you can leave.
Okay.
The manager,
Okay.
if my customer gone, if he got a customer, I gotta stay till the last customer leave, no matter what, whenever, however it go. I'm responsible for it. So that's just a different level of responsibility and commitment and time.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like I don't have none of that. I don't have kids, so for me, I got free time. I got a lot of free time.
Yeah.
So that's good for me. Like something like that was good for me. Like I don't mind the responsibility of having to stay there until close. You know what I mean?
So is it easy to move up in the car business?
Yeah,
It's
all
all
you gotta do is know.
depending on you.
Yeah, all you gotta do is want it. Like the turnover ratio in sales is just so high. People constantly leaving. So if you somebody that's loyal, that they can trust, and you get it, and you understand the business, the sky the limit. You can keep on going up. Nobody can really stop you.
Right.
That's how I see it anyway.
And then like big companies, they definitely promote within.
Okay.
So promote within the company. They'd rather not go outside the company to bring somebody in.
So when most people turn car salesmen, car salesmen. Like, is it usually people just say, okay, I'm gonna try this out, I'm gonna go in there, or like you said, somebody suggested you come, and you said you started from the bottom up.
Yeah.
So that's how most car salesmen get into the business. Or do anybody ever just come in and say, hey, I want to apply to be a car salesman?
I think so. People come all the time, but right away, you're not gonna last long. Like if you eat what you kill in car salesman. So if you don't do good at it, it's only but so long you can keep on devoting that time and the energy for you to be like, oh no, I gotta go figure something else. Because the reality is, if you can't sell or people don't relate to you or you can't put a deal together, you can make more money going somewhere like McDonald's because you're getting overtime for the hours that you put in. For you to stay there all them hours and not get a check, it just don't make sense.
Okay.
So people will come in and try, but they don't stay long if it's not for them.
Right.
And like I think like 6 months. 6 months, like your first 6 months, if it's for you.
Okay.
Like if you give yourself 6 months and you start to get it within the first couple, then you stick around.
Right.
If you don't, by that last month, it's time to go. You gotta move on. You gotta
do something else.
You gotta move on. And you see it a lot. Like you said, the turnover ratio is high. Like we got people that's like start, they be here They not making no sales. They got one car on the board, and that was a cheese deal. And before you know it, they gone.
Right. Okay. What do y'all consider like comparing luxury car sales versus to your average Toyota and Honda? Is it a difference in how easy it is to sell, or
It's all the same to me.
all the same?
Yeah,
All the
it's the
same.
same.
Just the product just a little different.
Okay. Because I figure like my thoughts is from the outside looking. I figure like you going into Mercedes and all that, you know, certain limit. Like you ain't gonna come with the same amount of money you think you get the Civic with, unless if your credit is not on point. Oh no, do I got it twisted?
People do that.
Because if you say man, I say I want S550, I want, but I really only got hoopty money. My credit ain't really like that, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Is it so? With that being said, is it worth just taking a shot at any dealership, or be discouraged? Like you shouldn't try your hand, or should you try your hand wherever you want to go? Because you might end up getting something that you ain't think you could get.
You might be able to, but I'm not saying try your hand. Just be smart about what you're doing.
Okay.
Like just be smart. Like you can't afford it. Why rent a car for 3 months and get it repo, or buy a car and have it 3 months and get it repo?
And I'm glad you say that because I want to touch on that. So, and it's just educating people because I want everybody to be great and understand. So when you're thinking about going to get a car, please don't go. You gotta understand. Be realistic with what you're making. Like you wanna spend like 25% of your income on your payment. Like if you can't afford to pay that payment
Don't get
4
that car.
times, that car not for you. Like we tend to have big expectations of what we gotta drive to keep up with the next person. But no, like you gotta keep up with yourself, stay in your own lane. Like you're not working to pay off a car payment or nothing. Like you still need to be able to invest, save money. So I think a good way to look at it, like if you can't afford that payment and like half of 1 week, if you get paid bi-weekly, if half of your check don't cover it, like that payment's too much for you. And that's just my advice, just how I see it, just from doing it for a while. So yeah, definitely stay in your lane and get what you can afford.
Okay.
Definitely get what you can afford. Like I said, after a couple months you don't pay that payment, they coming.
Yeah.
Sure.
They definitely coming. And then that's gonna put you in a bad situation when you go back and try to get another car.
Right.
You got a repo.
Because you gotta think you taking this loan for 6 years. Like yeah, you might be good right now, but you don't know what the future may bring.
Sure,
Nobody's saying COVID coming, so you don't want to put yourself in a position where you repo, you took out a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 loan,
Yeah.
and now and you something happened that you never predicted. Now these people coming to get their car, and that don't go nowhere. Like that's gonna hurt you moving forward for a while. Like those repos don't come off of credit for about 7-10 years or something like that. So just think smart when you going into them dealerships, saying what you trying to get. Just buy responsibly.
What's y'all thoughts on if a person got bankruptcy on their file?
It's not the end of the world. Like you definitely gonna get a second chance for sure. It's just it hurt a lot more if you mess up on that second chance after you file bankruptcy. Like you definitely bankruptcy not the end of the world at all. In some situations, it's a good thing. You getting a fresh start. You just gotta make sure you learn from your first mistakes. Don't have the same habits and spending habits or whatever. And then that next person that give you a chance, make sure you pay them back for whatever you loan. And you will be good. Like your credit is gonna go straight up. If you fresh out of bankruptcy and you get a loan and you do right, your credit gonna shoot up. So you gonna be good. Just don't look back.
Okay. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Just do what you gotta do. And as soon as you fresh out that VK, do what you need to do to get it back right.
Yeah, anybody out there just in that situation, come see me. I definitely got you.
We can definitely help you out on that. We can definitely help with a VK.
Absolutely, got some programs for you.
Nice rebates that'll help you out.
So that's pretty much like if somebody go through that, that's pretty much good for y'all. Or no?
I'm guaranteed to get you. I'm guaranteed to get your approval if you just file bankruptcy for sure.
Okay.
Like 100%.
So when you was just breaking down everything as far as payments and being able to afford this stuff, so say, like you said, anything can happen and something happened to your car or something happened to you, but you need a car, but you don't really have either one in place. You don't really have the finances or the credit in place. What's your option after that?
So you gotta go to that auntie or that grandma
Get
with
that
that good
co-
credit.
Oh, okay, a
Co-sign.
cosign.
Swallow your pride.
Yeah.
Y'all come in there like, I don't want nobody on my
See,
stuff.
That's
Man,
the worst.
you
That's
gotta
one of the
do what
worst
you gotta
things.
do.
Like that's one of the things you ask everybody. Like when you see their situation,
Can
like
you get a cosign?
you have anybody that can help you out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I don't want help. No, I don't want to ask nobody. Nobody help me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you never know till you try.
Yeah.
And then you gotta like really convince them to try to get somebody to help them, and then they might get somebody,
Right.
and then they get a car.
Right.
So I mean, it happened a lot. It happened all the time.
So for the people who don't know the science behind a cosign, because you discourage, like how you said, people just don't want to ask or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's really the science behind a cosign?
So I
credit or the money.
Right, I tell you like this. A lot of times we want to do it on ourselves, which is cool, definitely. If you can't do it by yourself, but if you do have somebody in your corner that's willing to help, because you gotta look at it. If I go and get approved and I get approved for a 24% rate,
Mm-hmm.
I get something. I'm gonna be paying for that car twice. Whereas I could go ask you. You got perfect credit, good credit, whatever the case may be, you get a single digit rate over the course of that loan. I'm saving
So
thousands,
much money.
Okay.
double digit thousands.
Oh,
like
much
it's just a no brainer. Like it's just something you gotta try or
Right.
entertain.
Okay.
But you see it a lot though, like
Every day.
you see it a lot, like, and it's more like our people that don't want to ask somebody for help.
Right.
Okay.
And I just think we just don't understand.
That
It's like
pride.
it don't.
It's not making you less.
Yeah,
It's
it make way
help
more
you more
sense.
than
Right.
hurt
The
you.
object is to get the lowest interest rate possible, no
Mhm.
matter what. Like if you feel like, especially if you had, and it be them people. I'm talking about the people that have people that would be willing to help them,
Okay.
and they just
Okay,
wanna
just don't
be
wanna
so
ask.
grown and
Yeah, like, I don't
stubborn
wanna
and
do
their
it,
pride.
like,
Nah, I don't
yeah.
want nobody on my stuff.
Yeah.
Like you got a person in your life. 700, 800 credit score that love you to death, that want to see you do right and want to help you out. Like we gotta take advantage of those opportunities if they're around us, because it's like it don't make sense. Like you gonna go pay this bank all this interest and all this unnecessary money for what?
Mhm.
So
But then when
That's how I
you do get a
see it.
cosigner, do right.
Okay.
Do
Oh, yeah,
right
for
by your
sure.
cosigner.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna
They
bring
fall
up-
back
it's
on
gonna
them
fall-
if you do wrong, right?
Yeah, because it's gonna
Yeah,
both
and
of them. That's gonna go.
mhm.
Both credits is gonna go down.
yeah,
Okay.
that's just like a slap in
Like,
the
it's a
face.
slap
Like,
in the
please,
face.
Yeah.
Like
please don't go
I
ask
blessed
nobody
you
to
with my
help you.
credit.
Yeah.
I blessed you with my credit to get you this payment.
Right.
Don't do me wrong.
Okay.
Like just treat me right. Like pay this payment on time, so my credit score go up and your score.
Right.
Help us both.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
How y'all feel about promoting yourself as car salesman? Because you got people like, I know you posted on your story, but not really too much like out there. Because you got car salesmen that they win
Every
shit.
day,
They do
every
all
day,
that shit.
every day.
How y'all feel like? I mean, I guess it's to each his own, but
Yeah.
like, do you
Yeah.
feel like y'all feel like that's like, because y'all both laid back. So y'all what? Plus another question to go along with that. What is y'all car sales style like? I know y'all both laid back guys, so what is your style? Like, you got guys that if you come into a dealership like off the moves, you might got your animated guy, like soon as you come in the door, I'm gonna rush you, be this to be that.
Yeah.
And the person might be sold, especially if they not that type of person, like, all right, well he might really can help me. Like I know y'all get to see all these personalities. What's y'all thoughts on all of that?
So my style is just like I'm everybody's friend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean overall, because I don't want you to think I'm taking advantage of you, and I don't want to take advantage of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to get you the best deal I can get you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try, like, if I feel like you shouldn't get this car, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my thing. I'm transparent,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be like as genuine as possible. Because I mean everybody want that, and it make everybody feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
If you're comfortable, you buy cars from people you like.
Right.
You be yourself. You ain't gotta be all, hey, how you doing? You ain't gotta do all that. Just be yourself, and then that typically works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying be like a mouse,
Right.
be super quiet, but know what you're saying, and believe what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
and then it works.
Okay.
Yeah, I just say be authentic. Like people can feel that. People know what's real. People can sense what's real. My style, I'm like you said, I'm more laid back, calm demeanor. Like I'm not gonna oversell you. Like I'm going to educate you. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to answer all of your questions directly. I'm a straight shooter. Like I'm just going to let you know what's going on and what it is. And that's just me. So I do to balance that out. I do like to be in situations with management team that's a little more animated and a little more live. Just because people want to experience, like you need that balance. So for me, that works well with me when I got a sales manager that's excited and bringing
they
that
basically
energy.
do that work for you, and you can just do your part.
I could, just lock in and get the facts and understand exactly what you're trying to do and help you get to your goal.
It's funny you say that because I got a manager that will talk your head off. You find out you like hunting. Don't go on an hour long. Oh, I hunt here. I do this. I do that. He find out you golf. He the best golfer in the world. Like that's all the time. Like it's good to have those managers and those people that can come right behind you. That's a little bit more animated than you. And it like.
And make them more comfortable.
Because it's like we all just because at the end of the day we all regular people. We all been customers. We all been on the other side of the desk. So like
I asked that because of that video. You seen it, the one with the white dude with the balloon.
Yeah,
he had the balloon. He popped the balloon. Then he did all this little other shit behind. He had me dying laughing. But it got him to ball alert and all that other shit. Like so people seen it, but. I mean, but you, like you said, you gotta be yourself too. Like you don't want to be anted too. If that ain't you, don't be. It's gonna come regardless.
There's a lot of people that's like that. Though.
I see it all the time too. A lot of characters, but it works for them.
Like you
got
to have this dude that used to climb in the trunk. Like they show the trunk space. He used to climb in the trunk. And he ain't sold no cars, but he was energetic. He was real energetic.
2 questions. Do y'all ever had a situation where y'all did the test drive, all that got to every point that y'all need to cover and the deal don't go through?
Yep.
Did that happen a lot?
That happens all the time. All the time.
Is it like a waste? It drive you crazy, or it's like it is what it is?
Sometimes it's like
that. It depends on the customer. Like, I mean, that's to be expected. That happen every day, so it's just like, all right.
Okay.
It just kind of depends.
So, like I said, for me, I be like, man, came in, man. I be a little mad about it sometimes. Cause like you really spend hours with these people, and then like they really like it. They tell you they really like the car. You like, all right, cool. We gonna come in here, get this credit, that, whatever. Get you on the road. You get in there, you go over the numbers, and then he like, man, maybe I need to go shop around some more. Shop around. That's the opportunity cost. Like, you're going to spend more time and money going to shop. Because you got to get gas. You're going to be out all day. Don't you work on the weekend? Like, opportunity cost there. Like,
y'all feel like when you get to a point, like, you like, all right, you already know at some point in the conversation they about to bluff. Do y'all take y'all foot off the gas, or y'all be like, I'm going to keep driving because they might end up biting, or it's like,
keep going for me.
Yeah, I mean it's situational. It's just like in a relationship or you out on a date with a chick, you just gotta feel the vibe. Like you know what's going on.
Right,
or,
true.
You just gotta adjust accordingly. It just depends on the customer.
I'm sure like in your store, like you get people that come in all the time, like, I'm just looking. The I'm just looking customer is my favorite.
Oh, that's mine. They the ones that get you from
exactly.
From 15 to 20 cars.
20 cars. I'm just looking.
That just looking
Turn
to
into buyers.
That's what you looking for.
So I just had one of them last week. Oh, we about 2 weeks away. What if I can get you that deal tonight?
Right. Okay.
Okay. And they bought a car.
Okay.
They the best kind of customer for me.
Right.
Yeah, that's like, the best feeling.
That's like, I got them right here.
Yeah, it's the best because
they never expected.
They didn't expect it.
Driving out a lot.
And then they're like, well, I don't have my down payment tonight. Bring it to me tomorrow.
Right, okay.
I ain't coming with my trade.
I'll bring it back to me tomorrow.
It's ahead for you though.
It's like every excuse they throw at you, you overcome it, and it just makes sense.
Because they looking for a way out.
They always looking for a way out.
Yeah, but if you keep providing it, it's like, all right, well, it must be the day.
You answer every question. We gotta get the baby home. I'll bring everything to you.
Yeah, okay.
I'll bring the papers and the car to you.
Okay.
And then
so y'all do that too, like outside of the dealership closed?
Yeah, I've done it plenty of times.
Okay.
Like at home deliveries.
Okay.
Taking cars to their house, taking cars to their jobs. Anyway.
COVID, that was popular.
That was the best.
That
was the best thing.
I can see that. Last question. Since I've gotten older, I never really been crazy about cars for real. Like that never was my thing. Like of course everybody like nice whips, nice cars. But the older I got, I started to realize cars was like, it's kind of stupid for real. Like the business of cars to me, I feel like because you really like you put so much into something that we know off top. Like everybody knows, like it's not a lasting thing. Like it's going to depreciate, it's going to last, whatever. But knowing that and knowing what y'all know, do y'all when y'all go for y'all cars, do y'all feel like is it still a thing of your dream car? Do you still want the dream car? Or does that idea change because it's like, well, if I get this Lamborghini or whatever, this Aston Martin, it really ain't really going to justify nothing because I'm really kicking out more than it's really giving me what I want out of it. Does it change y'all point of view, or is it more so like?
Not mine. So personally, I still want that. I still want my BMW. I still want my BMW.
Okay.
Like I said, we still customers.
Mm.
We still want that nice car.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not big in the cars, but I do have a dream car.
Okay.
Like, I do want this car.
Right.
And everything work out right, I will get that car.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? But
yeah. So for me, I'm not really. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a car person. Like I'm not really into cars. Like I don't have a dream car. I just happen to be in the car business, sell cars, and help people that do like cars, need cars, whatever. But cars not really my thing. Like they depreciate. Like it's not something you gonna invest your money in and then it's gonna be worth more. It's just to get you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Having something nice is cool. Like for me, like before I started selling cars, I ain't even think about cars. Like I ain't need to have the slickest car. I ain't had none of that. But now that I sell cars, I kinda we want to experience different things. Like I got Tesla just cause I know Volkswagen about to come out with electric, and I want to be able to compare, see what's going on. So that's just where I'm at with it. Like I ain't really into paying a lot of a major payment on a car. Like no, that ain't slipping.
Okay. So do y'all? Well, that was my last question, but now that you said that, do y'all feel like damn, I just lost the shit. Do y'all feel like damn, what the fuck? Damn, because you just threw me, because you just made me have another question about what you just said. Oh, this is what it was. So y'all don't feel like being interested in cars is a plus, or is it like you really don't have to be in the cars to sell cars?
you don't gotta be in the
Just
cars.
know the business.
Yeah, you don't have to
be in the cars at all.
nothing about cars to be able to sell cars. To be able to sell cars, you just gotta be able to have a conversation with a person, relate, really problem solving. Like
Listen.
that's it. Yeah, be able to
Listening
listen.
is like the number one thing.
For sure.
People will always tell you how to sell them a car.
Okay. Listen to their problems.
Just listen.
Okay.
Just listen to
that makes sense.
Listen to their family structure.
Yeah.
Listen to how I got kids. You got kids.
Van, truck,
like,
stuff like that.
all
Yeah,
types of
yeah,
stuff.
okay.
Like what they want versus what they actually need.
Yeah. I can see that.
So
Okay.
like just like listening,
Mhm.
like what's the saying? God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Right.
Just listen.
Okay. All right. Well, shit, in closing, we got a lot of good game on this one, like we always do every time that the podcast called We Need Answers for a Reason. I got a lot of questions I had answered, and I think everybody listening will too. Check my guys out. Y'all can plug y'all, whatever y'all want to plug, and check them out. If y'all on the market looking for something, check their pages, check their dealerships, check them out, holla at them. Y'all can plug it.
I'm starting a little brokerage thing, whereas though, holler at me, I can go with you and find you a good deal.
Okay.
It is a price.
All right.
But that's what I'm doing, and I can help. Try to find a good deal for you.
Okay.
I mean, even do the legwork for you.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me on Instagram at simply_living_c.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. And where you at? Tell
and
the
then
dealership.
Come see me, 801 York Road, Towson, Heritage Hyundai.
Okay.
I sit at the front of the building, first desk.
What you
Y'all
got?
can catch me at Antwerpen Volkswagen, 8065 Ritchie Highway, Pasadena, Maryland. You can find me on Instagram at Dark De Niro. Yeah, come see me. If y'all need some help, y'all know somebody that needs some help, send them my way.
Cool. All right.